Welcome once again to another episode of Sounds Nerdy. In this episode, we're going to talk about Microsoft May update, news from Ubisoft, E3 news, press conferences, and much, much more. So please stay tuned. Welcome back to the episode of Sounds Nerdy. You guys, as you see in front of me, you see this Amiibo sitting right here. We just want to thank everybody for their support and all the subscribers and the people who liked us on our YouTube. As you know, the contest has come to an end. We've got some winners, but nobody's a loser. So I just want to give a shout out to all the people who watched them, and I'm going to name the winners right now. Shout out to Chloe Jeffrey, Corvin Reese, especially you, Brandon, 031002, Mr. Clawin Gaming, and 67 Studios. Ooh, Freudian slip. So thank you guys again. Like I said, stay tuned to our podcast because we got plenty more exciting giveaways to come away. Thank you guys. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this episode right now. Let's start about Ubisoft. Ubisoft just had a couple of announcements that are coming up. They're going to be talking about Assassins Creed Syndicate. We just seen a trailer for that one and a little bit of gameplay footage from that they got. What do you guys think about that one as we just saw it?
I get excited for Assassin's Creed games when I see them and then I play them and then it
not
seems
so
like
excited.
not so excited. It seems like every other one is good.
Mm-hmm.
Black Flag was amazing. Unity didn't do so well as far as
So this
critically.
one should be good.
This one should be good.
Yeah.
So I guess I will be trying it out, of course, because I love the Assassin's Creed series. But I'm hoping it's good. I'm gonna temper my expectations though until I play it.
Yeah, so this one is takes place in the 19th century in London, so a little bit closer to modern times now. As far as the gameplay that they show, we've seen Stagecoach before, the horse and buggy or whatever, is back. As far as graphically, the detail looks pretty good. You run it on a next-gen system.
Yeah,
really there's a lot of detail. Looks good.
Yeah, I mean, historically...
Accurate.
They always
historically
accurate.
Streets are wide. The people dress like they did back in that day.
The London
it looks good.
Facades, with how they just say banking, stockholder, just the big old school, from something you expect from the 1800s, the 19th century in time in London, England, stuff like that.
Yeah, and the gameplay that they showed, it looks good. It looks like Assassin's Creed. There's a grappling hook or a
zip line hook. Yeah, this time you can use a zip line freely without having to have a tethered zip line. Mm-hmm. You can be anywhere and pull it out and zip line across different buildings.
From the one gameplay footage we've seen, looked like a little bit of a Spider-Man-ish when he threw his web out. He jumped off the building and he threw a zip line out there and connected to the wall and zip line towards it. I mean, it's cool, a couple of things, Ubisoft's twist on how they do their gaming.
Yeah, I like it. It looks cool. There was nothing revolutionary in the game.
They didn't do anything different that they haven't done in previous Assassin's Creed's games.
Yeah, all the parkour is back. The combat
system still looks the same.
I'm interested to see more modern combat in terms of guns, maybe.
Oh yeah, the pistols.
This is the 19th century, so more pistols, something like that. Some more projectile weapons. So we'll see.
At this point, I'm just more interested. I'm becoming less and less interested in the gameplay and more interested in how they're gonna, conclude the story of Assassin's Creed.
Because obviously they're still fighting the Templars again. The Templars will not die.
Eventually, there's gonna be a Assassin's Creed that take place in the new year 2055 or something like that. In the future, so. With futuristic weapons. I don't know how much more assassin stuff you're going to be using then. Cell phones and radio waves.
Well, that's what you call it. That's Watch Dogs.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
That's their Assassin's Creed in the future.
Yeah, a lot of people call Watch Dogs Assassin's Creed of the present day.
All right.
And once again, you guys can check out that game October 23rd for your PS4, Xbox One, and PCs as well.
Yep.
Also, another bad news from you guys who are looking for Division. It's been delayed to 2016.
Yeah, so Ubisoft announced that they were going to delay that game. I really was looking forward to that game. The first time I actually saw the game, I was blown away by it. And every subsequent video of that game I've seen was been pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Just a little disappointed that I have to wait another year for that game. So.
I am too. I am very much looking forward to that game. That game is one of the few next generation, or I shouldn't say next generation anymore. Current generation games that looks like it's trying to do something extremely different. Like, not extremely different, but it's a different enough where I'm ready to play something like that. It's online. Looks like a bunch of factions. It looks like, you know, we can create a faction if we wanted to and go around the city, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, so we have to wait for that one till 2016. Hopefully no more delays coming from on that end of the spectrum.
I just hope they get it right. Like, it's a pretty ambitious game. Yeah. I hope that they get it right. So I don't usually get mad at delays, but I just want to get it right.
Now the delays back in the pre-hard drive days was a big deal. Now you could just put out a crappy game and then patch it later. They've been doing it a lot lately anyway.
Personally, I hate when publishers do that.
Me too. I hate it personally, the patch, you know, put it out and then patch it later. No, I want a good game now, and you patch it with more content.
Yeah.
Instead of, you know, bad stuff.
Yeah. Everybody needs to follow Nintendo's
model
lead on that, yeah.
Make it a good game. Or Rockstar.
Yeah, Rockstar.
They'll delay the hell out of a game, too.
Yeah, Rockstar's
pretty good at it. Yep.
Also, we got a release date for Rainbow Six Siege. Another Ubisoft news.
Yeah.
That one's is October 13th. So October looks like it's going to be a pretty big month for video games coming up.
Yeah. This fall is pretty.
Fall's going to be loaded.
Pretty busy. Metal Gear comes out September 1st. I think that was the day. Yeah, September 1st. Busy fall.
Get your gaming in now. So you can, when the fall comes, you can get your more gaming in.
Get that backlog taken care of.
Take care of that backlog games. All the games you said I got to catch up on, get them started and catch up on it, because it's gonna be this fall's gonna be an amazing season for video gaming.
I know we talked about Rainbow Six in a previous podcast, but I'm really looking forward to that game. It just looks fun.
It looks fun. And it's very tactical. Like you said, like we said before, it's been a while since we played a Rainbow Six game, so I'm really looking forward to this different style of gameplay. A little bit more tactical, a little bit more slower pace. So really excited about this game. You know, when I first saw the game at E3 last year, when they showed the one scene where they were in a house and he ended up blowing through the floor to try to free that hostage. I'm just excited about that type of gameplay. So I'm really looking forward to this one. Hopefully we should see more of that, you know, at E3. So
definitely they're going to show something of that. You'll definitely be some playable when you walk into the booths there. One last thing from Ubisoft. They're announcing a AAA title. It's all speculation on our behalf. I think it's going to be either Prince of Persia or something of a Watch Dogs 2, personally.
So they're announcing this at Gamescom. When you said Prince of Persia, I was like, that is perfect. That'll be perfect.
We haven't seen Prince of Persia. We haven't seen the Prince scaling these walls in a long time. So.
Right.
And I like the way they did Prince of Persia last time. Did you get the chance to play that game?
I played a very little of it. That
game was really good. It was easy because there was no penalty for dying.
Right, there wasn't. Just right.
It was a good game. I'd be excited for a new Prince of Persia. I don't know what else they could announce.
I think we've seen some elements of Prince of Persia and Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah,
with the
for sure.
Running. So I mean, I don't know if they maybe taking their time with this one to make a really good Prince of Persia in the lands of, you know, the Assassin's Creed model, or just the way the free roam and stuff like that. Not necessarily gameplay.
Right. So if this is a new unannounced game, I really don't know. But if it's maybe a previous game we've seen before, what about Beyond Good and Evil? Maybe.
That was my other. Yeah,
that game has gone silent the last 5 or 6 years. It's been a while.
Wasn't it on GameCube?
Well, no, the original was on GameCube, but then they announced a teaser trailer. I want to say 5 or 6 years ago. So I don't know.
So we haven't seen that in
5 or 6 years, honestly.
Any system in a while. So maybe Beyond Good and Evil.
Yeah, I wonder what Jade and the gang are up to. I'm gonna miss that game.
I'm gonna stick with Prince of Persia. That may be what they're pulling out, but
we'll see.
This might be wishful thinking.
Maybe something, or maybe a totally new IP. We never know.
I think they would have said something if it was a new IP. I'm hoping they would have said something. I'm hoping that this is Beyond Good and Evil 2. We are long overdue for Beyond Good and Evil.
Long overdue.
So we'll see what happens when they announce this at Gamescom. once again, you guys are watching Sounds Nerdy. Microsoft just updated the Xbox One for the May update. Another things, I like these subtle, small updates every month from Microsoft. Keeps your Xbox One up and running fresh. I just updated mine this morning. I haven't turned mine on in a while, so I was surprised when I got it. It was good to see it.
Yeah. So what? In this update, they updated voice messages. So we had that on the 360. We didn't have it on the Xbox One, so finally we have that now. So instead of having to type, now I can send you a voice message.
I haven't seen a chat pad for the Xbox One.
There's not one.
There's not one, right.
I got tired.
I think you can use Bluetooth keyboards, though, can't you?
Probably. I'm not sure. I haven't
USB.
To.
USB,
maybe
if you can't use Bluetooth.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Xbox, I can't remember if it has Bluetooth, but I'm sure you can plug a keyboard
Well, just
up.
thank you for adding voice messages back to it.
Right. Because I utilize that feature a lot in the 360. So.
Just to say, hey, check me out on this game or come join me.
Right.
That's much needed update. Yeah. Also, the power on and off from the Xbox One smart glass.
Yeah, see, I use the smart glass a lot. So, again, it's another way to turn your Xbox on and off. You know, when you sit on the couch and you have your tablet or your phone in front of you, just say, power on my Xbox or turn it off, whatever. So, another good feature. Another way to turn it on and off again. So, it's really cool.
I can't even keep up with these updates anymore. I like it, though. I love that they're updating this system every month because it needs it, to be quite frank. There's a lot of stuff missing from even just from the 360 era, that was very useful. So I like to see that they're adding that stuff over time.
And another update was the user selectable power mode. So right now the user can, I think, select between instant on or power save mode and just a regular power mode where it has to boot up again for a full time. So it's just extending more functionality to that. And the last update was a dedicated service for party chat now. So I think this would help people who are having problems with NAT and they could not use the chat in the party. So this should help alleviate some of those problems for some of you out there that were experiencing that problem. So hopefully this will help.
That's good. That's good. So Microsoft, keep up the good work. Keep up running those updates out every month, making these Xbox better and better. Also, as we know, E3 is coming around the corner.
Yeah, baby.
And we've got some exciting coverage coming from us when it gets closer and closer to the time. I'm going to let Charles talk a little bit more about that.
So, me and Jamocha, actually, I'll be doing pre-E3 coverage. Jamocha will be doing live E3 coverage or reactions after conferences. So, look out for that. We have a lot of information on what's going to happen at E3. Everybody got their schedules. So
we know every conference that's going to be. It starts Sunday night, so we're gonna be starting from Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday with all the press conferences. So it's gonna be a busy few days.
They started earlier again. They keep starting these press conferences earlier and earlier
because there are more and more of them. So here are all the press conferences that we know about right now. Square Enix will be doing theirs June 16th at 10 a.m., 1 p.m. Eastern time. Activision doesn't have one. Bethesda does, though. Bethesda will be June 15th, 9:30 a.m. PT.
I'm wondering what they're going to pronounce it, but I like Bethesda Studios.
Yeah, they potentially have a lot. Yeah. We'll cover that in some pre-E3 coverage. Nintendo is June 16th, 9 a.m. PT.
First time they've been back to E3.
Well, it still be their direct event.
It's just a direct. They're not actually going to E3. Sony, June 15th, 6 p.m. PT.
Always.
Yep.
Always at 6.
EA, June 15th, 1 p.m. PT. Microsoft, June 15th, 9:30 a.m. PT. Ubisoft, did I already say Ubisoft? Nope. Ubisoft, June 15th, 3 p.m. PT. And then there's a PC
centric
conference. Yeah, wow. PC centric conference that is
PC presence at E3. Nice to see that back.
I mean, they always have a decent presence, but I don't think there's never been a conference that I know of.
Grand Theft Auto, can you say?
Well, it's Rockstar, so no.
Yeah,
I think there's going to be a lot of Oculus talk, if I had to guess, how Oculus is going to work with PC. Maybe some new tech that's coming to graphics cards. NVIDIA is supposed to be doing something there with them. And that's at 5 p.m. PT on June 16th. So there's a lot of information coming. I'm excited.
So yeah, just stay tuned and keep watching us on Sounds Nerdy, and we'll bring up some E3 coverage when it comes and happens too. We're going to be cutting edge when it comes out. Tivo. We all know who Tivo is. They're developing a legal version of Aerial. I don't know if you guys remember Aerial. They were a company who offered not free, but over-the-air local broadcasts at a service. They went defunct in November of last year, and now Tivo has picked up some of the patents, and they're going to try to make a legal version of this.
Right, so very interesting by Tivo. They have not released too many details about how the service is going to work, what it's going to look like, but they do have an event scheduled in late July in San Diego to give us more details about it. So I guess stay tuned for that, and as soon as we know more about that, we will bring that to you. But like I said, Arrow went bankrupt. Yeah. Tivo bought their patents, and I guess they're going to just package that technology some kind of way and present it. I wonder how they're going to do that differently than what Arrow or Area already did. Yeah. So I don't know,
because they were both of them going to charge you for giving you over the air content. So
right,
I wonder how they're going to work this out. Maybe they're going to make a deal with, I don't know, CBS, the big providers, stuff like that, to make sure that, because it's interesting to see how they're going to do this. So when that July conference come up, we stay tuned so we'll see what's going to happen, because this is important news for cord cutters out there who want to cut that cord.
Mm-hmm.
Keep a track of what's going on with these this announcement here, because it's interesting to see how they're going to play this out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, UHD Blu Ray is bringing high-res movies home soon.
Right. So so finally, Blu-ray movies are going to start being able to handle 4K or Ultra HD movies. Couple of things about that. So our Blu-ray discs are 25 and 50 gigabytes. 50, so these are moving up to 66 and 100 gigabytes. So a little bit more bandwidth, a little bit more data. So it seems to be double to go from Blu-ray to 4K. So 1080p to 2160p or Ultra HD. So that's pretty good.
It's going to be using the same Blu-ray players, right? They just
no. You're going to need new Blu-ray players too. I forgot. Maybe Panasonic may have the first one to hit market soon. So you do have to get new hardware. You can't use the same.
People who have PS4s and Xbox One.
I doubt it.
Don't know yet.
I don't know if
they support 4K, but I think just from a
digital
standpoint, I don't know about if you have to buy extra hardware. Don't know yet.
How this technology used to work, I'm guessing that it's just layered. Just layers.
Yeah,
so it has to read at a certain speed to be able to get under all the layers. So yep. I don't know if
this is something interesting.
Microsoft and Sony considered that before they.
Oh, well, you thought I would have hoped that they considered knowing that the 4K or UHD was the next wave. I don't think they're going to make you buy another system.
I doubt it. Microsoft was trying to cut disk drives altogether, so I know they didn't. They just got a standard Blu-ray player.
Yeah.
Well, this is something to keep a lookout for and stay tuned to, because this is a big decision if you're going to jump into the high res market. Do I really want to get rid of the system I just paid a lot of money for just to upgrade it to 4K content and stuff like that? So
another thing that the Ultra HD Blu-ray is bringing is Dolby or DTS:X and Dolby Atmos. So if you're not familiar with what Dolby Atmos is, so we are familiar with 7.1 surround sound, where you have stereo sound front and back, in that subwoofer. But with Dolby Atmos, it allows you to have up to 7.2. Basically, that's your 7 speakers, 2 subwoofers, and 2 what they call up speakers. So you can have speakers over your head. You can have either 2 up front, 2 in the middle, or 2 in the back. So now you'll get that height when it comes to your sound. So that's the new wave of sound coming from Dolby. So pretty interesting when that hits the market. Receivers are already coming out, but we'll see once that comes out more. So pretty sweet.
Yep. Also, let's talk about Oculus Rift. Just announced specs for Oculus Rift.
And
this is the motherload of all motherloads coming right here.
Yeah, you need a powerful PC to run Oculus Rift in today's standards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be, though.
But the good thing is you got a year to get ready for it.
Yeah, you have a year. So the hardware price, based on today's prices right now, if you need the recommended hardware specs, you're going to need to spend about $1,000 for a new PC. But technology in 6 months to a year, that price is going to come down. So that's going to be good. So what are some of the specs? We need to have NVIDIA graphics card, GTX 970, which is one of their higher end graphics cards today.
I think it's only below the 2 Titan graphics card that they have out, so it's up there for sure.
Yeah,
especially for today's
that
standard.
or an AMD 290 again, which is one of their top graphics cards. So, right now you have to go out and spend a few $100s just to get one of those.
Software wise, you're gonna need Windows 7 Service Pack 1, or newer. So
so that'd be
just Windows 7, you're still good. So you don't have to worry about jumping out to get the newest version of Windows. If you don't have 7, I don't know where you can.
And you also need a Intel i5 core processor or better.
Thing here is 2 USB 3.0 ports available.
Yeah, so not just one port. You need 2 ports to plug into your PC. I mean,
that's
not that
for power.
Maybe for power, it's not about how many that it takes, because PCs nowadays come with 6, 7, 8. But it's just that a device takes 2 USB ports.
I think it's mainly just a power, because I don't know how powerful USB, the amperage wise.
Yeah, I'm not
That's
sure.
probably why it needs, double power source. Something like that. That's the reason I can think of it.
The only other reason I can think of is one is for a receiver, and then one might be for power. And they're just saying you need 2.
Right. Okay. That would make sense. And you need 8 gigabytes of RAM on your PC. So if you don't have that now, you need to. So if you don't have those specs now, start saving up that money right now so you can get ready to play the Oculus Rift.
My PC is definitely going to need an upgrade.
I need an upgrade
if you want
too.
an Oculus Rift, you guys got to start building and start planning, because it'll be here. The year will come up on you, and you didn't even realize it was here. So that's something interesting to see when it comes out. The price is going to drop down dramatically for when you want to build it. I mean, the 290 series are probably going to go lower than they are now, because AMD is going to be working on something new now.
AMD and NVIDIA, they always release cards.
So that's just not just discouraging as it sounds. The price will drop down.
Yeah.
You can jump in there if you want Oculus Rift anyway to get it. Once again, that's it for this show, guys. Thank you for watching us. Please make sure you follow us, subscribe us at Sounds Nerdy. You can follow me at WhatYouCY2.
SN Jamoka on Twitter.
Pinkney Char on Twitter.
Out of all the shows we've ever done, this is the most recent. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.